as good a time as any. I'm gonna tell a story. I don't want to tell a story, but I'm gonna tell a story since we're talking about this kind of thing. Man. So y'all remember the adopted brothers I told you about with the floating doll in the basement, the haunted doll, right? They had their adoptive mother, their adoptive father, and the adoptive father was a real piece of shit. Made us work on, you know, wood and stuff, made us tear down our like little secret hideaway in the woods. And like the doll and the creepy ass, crazy ass mom. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call the two brothers. I'm gonna call them Dan and Justin. And Dan was in my grade. Justin was the grade below me. And downstairs in the basement, we have our stairwell. Goes this way from the upstairs downstairs, right? Then you have like the wall here. And over here, there is a bedroom, which is the Blood Sons. There's a bedroom over here, which was Dan and Justin's room. There was a bunk bed in it. And then on this wall, there was a bedroom here. There was like a pool table here. And then right here, there was like a support beam. Yep. And then like over yonder was like the washroom door and area. I drew that wrong. This is like the door to the washroom area, just like this. And then there was a wind door thing. I can't think of the name right now, but like the metal double doors that have the stairs that come to the basement. It's like washer dryer, right? But yeah, the only way to actually get to the rest of the house was the stairwell, which had its entrance here. And anyways, the bunk bed and the bedroom. So if we go into the bedroom, right? This is the bedroom. Okay, there was like, this is the door to the bedroom, right? There's the bunk bed here, the BB. There was a nightstand here. This is obviously like not proportional, right? There was like dressers and shit here, and then like boxes and shit here with like cards and stuff in them, and then like a window here with like another mini dresser underneath it. And in this space, there was a desk for working and some other stuff. This was pretty much free other than like another dresser most of the time. But Dan slept here on the bottom bunk, right? And then Justin slept on the top bunk. And whenever I stayed the night, I almost always slept here, right? This is where I was sleeping. The floor, aka fucking basement floor with a fucking with a blankie and some carpet. It was great. I hated it. And going back to here, the pool table, we used to set up chairs around the pool table. Also, there was another kid that stayed in this room, but they weren't there yet at this time. We would set up chairs around the pool table, and we would talk about random stuff, like, you know, different things we want to do, like, you know, all the stuff kids do. And we would also play pool and Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So this is what we did here. And back in the day, I had a lot of different decks. I had the competitive decks and whatnot, and I always made like theme pools and all this fun stuff, like theme decks and whatever. And I built a spellcaster deck. And wouldn't you know, in my spellcaster deck, I was running a like a shell that allowed me to use Dark Magician Girl as part of my win con, because nobody at our school was really doing that. So we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, having a grand old time, you know, being bros. Justin went like 0-16 that day. Dan went like 4 and I don't know, it's probably like 12 or some shit. I don't know. And then I basically milli-whopped everybody. There's like a common theme when we would play like card games or video games, that they would just have to hold L after L after L. They were, yeah, they weren't very good at them, but they enjoyed them. It was a good time. So, anyways, back to the bedroom. It was nighttime. Everybody had, you know, we did dinner, we did all the things. It was bedtime. We had to go to bed. I was like, all right, cool. I had put my Dark Magician Girl deck right here on the nightstand, because I was like, I don't feel like putting it in my bag, right? I was like, I'm not trying to pack up all my shit in my bag right now. Plus I had like decks placed incorrectly in there, so it was like overflowing. Like I had it packed perfectly when I came there, but then like when I like put everything back in, it was kind of just thrown in there, so it was all fucked up. But I was here. My head was here. Head was here. Head was here. And Dan had a perpetual like IBS stomach issue because of the medicine they made him take. So he would always come off the back of his bed, like through the frame, in the middle of the night, and then walk around and leave and go up the stairs, right? He'd go whoop and go up the stairs. And I never, like, I always woke up and I never, like, I would just say, hey man, you know, whatever, see you in a bit, right? And I'd go back to sleep. And he'd come in, I'd wake up and go back to sleep. Because can't sleep good when people move near me, apparently, when I was young. So good old Dan, like clockwork, 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, making noises and shit. I was like, your stomach all right, man? He's like, oh, I'm okay. And then he like rolled over. And I was like, all right, man, I hope, try to get some rest. We got a big day tomorrow. We had a lot of shit going on the following day. Like we had a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, he groaned and was in pain or whatever. I went back to sleep. I thought he went back to sleep. Well, Dan, for one of the first times ever, got off the bed, this way. And like, I remember feeling wind on my face because he was like shaking his foot. His like leg was bothering him or something. And then he walked around, right? And then he left. So I waited and he was taking a while and I was thirsty. So I was like, shit, I'm going to go get a drink. I'm going to check on Dan. So I went upstairs and I don't have a drawing of the upstairs. I apologize, but just picture this, right? I went upstairs, there's the doorway, and there's like the living room and this space. And then the kitchen is essentially on this side of the wall. And then if you literally just come across here, there is a bathroom. And then there's a hallway that leads to like other bedrooms, right? This is a terrible drawing. And then this way, there's another living room. But I had to go this way. So I came up the stairs. And as I was coming through the door up the stairs, Dan was coming out the door through the stairs. No biggie, completely normal, right? Except small problem. This motherfucking hermit crab motherfucker was holding in his left hand, he's right-handed, was holding in his left hand a card that had an awfully familiar pink and purple sleeve. I was like, huh. I don't remember bringing my cards to the bathroom. So I said, oh shit, did I drop that somewhere? And his face turned so red. And it's hard for his face to turn red, but it turned so red. He was like a fucking light bulb. And I didn't know. I didn't know because I was very innocent when it came to that stuff. And he said, I'm so sorry. And I looked him in the face. I was like, what are you sorry about, man? He's like, I got some on your card. And I said, you got some water on my card? Like, what are you talking about? Did you like pee on my card or something? Is everything okay? He's like, no. He's like, I got some of my jizz on your card. And I looked at him. I started turning red. I was embarrassed. And I just said, you can keep it. And I scurried. I made a beeline for this bitch. I was in the kitchen faster than the Flash could do literally anything with his life. I was on. I was so gone. This motherfucker literally looked me dead in the eyes and said, brother, I'm sorry for jizzing on your card. And I was not having it. So I kind of just sat here. I was standing against this the counter, and I was just drinking water, staring off into this window above the sink. I remember just standing there. I was looking out the window. It was dark out, and then there was like the tree that was out back. The leaves were moving, and I was like, I just got a full play set of this promo too. That's the other thing. Have you guys seen the Dark Magician cards? All right, Dark Magician Girl cards. All right. This is the card that like everybody knows. This variant, right? This is the one. This is the one. Right? Yeah, fine. We get it. You know, conventionally attractive, whatever. This is what I had a full playset of. This is what he yoinked his joint to. Motherfucker really said, nice card you have there. And I think it was that one. It was a full body one. And I remember being a promo, you couldn't just like get in the back. I was like, oh, all right. So I gifted him a drizzled on piece of cardboard that he decorated with his own secret sauce. And after that, after I sat there, contemplated life for a little bit, thought to myself, yeah, there ain't no way in hell I'm touching that motherfucking card. I went back downstairs, walked my happy ass into the bedroom. He was already back in bed, and he had his blankets ruffled up over here. And I was like, and at this point, I just wanted to move past it. Like, I didn't want to acknowledge it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't do any of that. I was like, bro, your blanket's on the ground. Do you want me to grab it for you? He was like, no, don't touch that. I was like, no. And he just looked at me and he's like, yeah. So I took my deck box. I sorted my shit. I went back upstairs. I had his mom call my mom, and I went home. I didn't say another word to him for like 4 fucking days.